Imagine sitting curled up on your bed, your neck resting against a soft pillow, cradling your favorite book in your hands. Maybe this is your first time reading the book. Maybe it's your third. Have you ever wondered what the author was thinking when they wrote it? I'm Sophia, a freshman at School of the Arts in San Francisco. As a young queer aspiring writer, I developed a strong interest in the queer writing community. In hopes of connecting with someone, I talked to my creative writing teacher, Heather Woodward, in her office while someone practiced piano next door. Hi, Heather.
Hey, Sophia.
So, do you know any queer writers?
Yes, I know P.K. McBee. And, Dorothy Allison is one of my favorites. And Michelle T.
Did she just say Michelle T? I'm a huge fan of her. Do you think you could help me get an interview with Michelle T?
I can certainly help get you an interview with Michelle T. She'd probably be very happy to talk to you.
I finally got to arrange an interview and talk to one of my favorite authors. So, where were you born and raised?
I was born and raised in Chelsea, Massachusetts, and
Michelle T. is a queer writer who currently lives in San Francisco. Her works include poetry, fiction, and memoirs. So what was it like when you moved out here to the Bay Area?
what happened when I came to San Francisco is I found this queer scene that was totally revolving around art, creativity, spoken word, activism, and like punk rock. And then before I knew it, I was, running an open mic and making poetry chapbooks of my own and making friends with other poets and being part of a community that was queer and literary.
My teacher, Heather, told me Michelle T. wasn't the only local queer author. I was inspired to find them. I found out about a reading and performance event at the main library.
I have this secret agenda, and you are the perfect audience.
Joan died in 1992. Although her death was mourned deeply, it didn't come as a surprise.
Poor, queer little sperm! Sissy, pansy, faggot, you'll never find an egg! Ha 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 ha! Behold the fact!
Hearing all the successful artists really inspired me. I wondered what inspired Michelle T.
People who manage to still put their art first in spite of the pressures of life are huge inspirations to me.
So what would be your advice for young queer writers?
Get some discipline and really put your writing first and make sure you spend a good chunk of your days actually writing. Realistically, if you don't put your writing first, like nobody will. So just enjoy your queer life and make sure you write.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Writing is the most important thing in my life, and reading Michelle's work made me want to write more. It helped me understand that there are other queer writers, and their work encourages and informs people all the time. I know I need to get my writing out there so that maybe one day I too can be as successful as my favorite authors. This is my Ars Poetica, entitled Inked. What does ink on the page mean? How can my ink transcribe my thoughts? This ink from my pen, graphite from a bitten pencil, scrawling, scratching, memorizing the way my hand writes. It holds every secret, every honest mistake, every terrible occurrence. It knows me better than I know myself. I can't draw, paint, dance, sing, act as well as I'd like to. I can write about how I can't draw, paint, dance, sing, act as well as I'd like to. I write for achievement. The fact that middle school was run on opinion, achievement that I'm better, that I would not put a 5th grader down because of her looks. Write because I can torture myself for years and come out better because of it. Because nobody can control my mind like I can. My pen knows how to make a semicolon or an apostrophe where needed. My pen becomes my vocal cords and the ink is my tongue, spitting out what I'm sometimes too scared to say. It gives me the courage to say what I mean, and the courage to be quiet when I want to. I write for purpose, so that the next generation, my sister, my family, my friends, don't make the same mistakes I do, because they're smart enough to get by without them. Let this be a guiding hand. Let my footsteps be my tour guide through the jungle of my creation and my only life. Let this not end in cliché. It's just a way to escape thinking, to waste ink. These are carpenter hands, laying bricks of letters, so maybe you'll understand eventually. This is Sophia for Out Loud Radio.